at the New York Transit Museum in Brooklyn Heights at the opening of a new exhibit entitled The Route of the Dashing Commuter, Long Island Railroad at 175. On hand for the opening were museum staff and MTA officials who weighed in.
I think it's a great exhibit. I think it just shows the wonderful history of the Long Island Railroad and its connection to the development of Long Island. I think the railroad is performing at the highest levels it ever has, so a lot to be proud of, and it's great to celebrate it here.
And why celebrate this milestone here at the Transit Museum?
Well, it sort of made sense for us to look into the history of the Long Island Railroad since it's celebrating its 175th anniversary this year. It is the almost the oldest railroad in the country, and certainly the oldest one operating under its original name. Having started in 1834 when railroads were really only a couple of years old, it's got a lot of history there.
It's a fabulous exhibit here. I helped the Transit Museum put together some of the displays here. There's beautiful photographs and items of historical memorabilia that are very interesting to see.
And what's your favorite part of the exhibit?
The locomotive headlamp from locomotive 35 and the old cast iron electrification sign. I think that those items tell a lot about the history of the railroad, the days of steam and the early days of electrification.
My favorite part of the exhibit is actually the very first thing in the exhibit, the original, or copy of the original charter from 1834 that says we were allowed to be in existence for 50 years and go from Greenport to the village of Brooklyn. I think that's great.
So stop by the New York Transit Museum to view this rare exhibition commemorating the Long Island Railroad. I'm Sergi Willoughby Smith for Transit News, and now let's go to Kevin Vesey at the Big Birthday Bash.